Would you be frustrated because the general consensus in the media, and there's been managers, obviously they defend the managers' union, that feel this is a really harsh sacking?
Vincent Kompany's been outspoken about that, yeah.
No, I don't think they watch Crystal Palace every week because Natalie and I went to the Brentford game recently and there was a few tactical problems with that. They didn't really create a lot in attack, and when they got into attacking positions, they didn't really seem to know what to do. So I think the Palace fans have seen a kind of cycle of the same games, the same performances, where they sit back, they're very passive, and one of the things that I think is they're not fit enough and they don't run enough. I know running doesn't get you 3 points, but last season, when Conor Gallagher was leading the way, it seemed to be a springboard for other players to press higher up the field, to really put teams under pressure, and also to get players in the box. We don't seem to get enough players in the box.
He should be the next Palace manager, Ian.
He knows what he's talking about.
He knows what he's talking about. But, OK, just one quick one, because it's really important. Last year, you got 50 goals in all the Premier League season last year. So that's Vieira's team. This year, you got 21. So there's a massive drop-off.
Yeah.
You know, there's been, whatever way you look at it. So Vieira has had a team that can get goals.
Yeah, I think the form of Edouard has not been what everyone thought. They'd obviously paid a lot of money for him. 20 million, did well in the first season. For whatever reason, it's not happened this season. I don't think he's started enough games. I think Vieira chopped and changed with Mateta. He's even played Wilf Zaha up front like he did recently against Villa and had the two forwards sitting on the bench. So I feel that I think one of the things that Vieira didn't do was maybe use his contacts in the coaching world and get a Thierry Henry in or an Ian Wright or somebody like that to come and work with the strikers, because it's not been an issue that's just happened in the last few weeks. It's been an issue that's happened since the World Cup, really. And I didn't feel that they came back from the World Cup raring to go and ready for a real challenge to try and get in that top 10. First game, they lost 4-0 to Fulham when they came back from the World Cup. So that's one of the 16 games that they've gone on with only one victory.
8 of their remaining 11 fixtures are against sides who are in this relegation fight. Some, like I think Kompany was alluding to, that actually he would have thought Vieira might well have actually led Palace to vital wins in this run-in, if you like. He felt a lot of confidence in Vieira and just felt it was unlucky for him to have been sacked in the way that he has been done so, especially as he feels he wasn't backed, as you mentioned, resources-wise. Should there be question marks over that? Should there be questions as well asked of the recruitment? Because striking-wise, has been an issue at Palace for some time to find somebody to score goals regularly. Yeah,
definitely. And I think with the World Cup in the middle of the season, that would have given the director of football, Dougie Freeman, and Steve Parish and the American investors time to kind of, look at targets and get people in place and bring in a striker at the beginning of January. Towards the end of the window, they're left chasing loans and, random strikers that you have to Google to know who they actually are. So, again, I don't think the recruitment's been good. But one thing I wanted to say is obviously Roy Hodgson has been named yet, because I'm seeing that I've run over, so I'm going to tell myself off for running over on the show. We've got
you're normally shouting at us. Get to a break.
Is Hodgson the answer?
Radio Palace. Have you got that?
Quick, is Hodgson the answer?
Is very well liked and very well thought of down at Crystal Palace for what he did for the 4 seasons there. But he's not the man to take us forward, in my opinion. He would not be popular, I don't think, with the fans.
Even short term.
I think they would accept it, but I think it's very much of like, we tried to move away from this, less than 2 years ago, and then we've come up against our first hurdle. Instead of trying to get another progressive manager, let's go back to what we did before when the football was not very, very good. It kept us up, and that's what pays the bills, keeping us in the Premier League. So it's a difficult decision they've got to make. But for me, Roy Hodgson is a little bit of a step back, and they should be looking for someone more like Ralph Hasenhüttl, who is available and has got Premier League experience.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.